A small scratch put one Minnesota man's life in danger. His successful fight in the hospital left his body with permanent scars, but it also gave him a new lease on life.
Minnesota middle school teacher Chris Gordon dons a cape as he stands before a room of students he's never met before. The cape with the word TAG, the reason he's here.
Think, acknowledge, and give.
Gordon's had a lot to think about since March 2015. A normal morning routine as a then 40-year-old dad, playfully swinging his young son in the air.
I went too far to the right and scratched the back of my right hand.
A small, insignificant scratch, but within days,
my right arm is triple the size of my left.
His local ER tells him it's sepsis.
Doctor in the morning says that there's nothing they can do for me. This is beyond them.
He's rushed by air to Mayo Clinic in Rochester. Doctors there have the answer. It's a flesh-eating bacteria, and it's spreading.
Yeah, that goes from the back of my right hand all the way through my shoulder to the base of my neck, down through my chest, around my rib cage, and up through my back.
Doctors put him in a medical coma to slow the infection and perform life-threatening surgery. The odds of survival, 3 in 10.
Infection had gone so far into my right arm that initially they thought they had to amputate. But thankfully, the occupational therapist who was in attendance saw that it still had hand function. So they elected to extract a 15-inch by 4-inch flap of skin from my left thigh and place it on my right hand and forearm.
It took 6 weeks of surgeries and losing a quarter of skin, but Gordon made sure he was one of the 3 in 10. But returning to a life full of distance running and activity was still a long way away.
We ran a 5K in less than 20 minutes the week before in the hospital. To be winded by going 10 feet to the nurse's station and back was a huge wake-up call.
All thanks to a tiny scratch, a fact that could have frustrated him, but it didn't.
Well, it definitely was not in my plans. This is my reality, and I'm going to just have to make it the best reality that I can.
He embraced the challenge.
Okay, I'm going to make it to that nurse's station and not die. Then I'm going to make it to the next nurse's station.
And while some scars will linger,
it's a lot of work to stretch it up this high.
Gordon beat the odds and now hopes to use his story to help others embrace their scars.
They are proof that you are tougher than what caused those scars. For me to try to remain Chris Gordon of 2014 is impossible. So I might as well embrace the Chris Gordon of now.
The Chris Gordon of now is training for a marathon, earning a black belt with his son in Taekwondo, and professionally speaking his truth, to think, acknowledge, and give others the attitude of gratitude.
A gift from God that I have a second chance. And I need to do the best that I can to serve that purpose.
Since his hospitalization, Chris has set or tied 4 personal lifetime records in running. He says getting past 13 miles is still the issue, but he's got his sights set on qualifying for the Boston Marathon one day. That presentation was at Holy Catholic Family in Arcadia, and he hopes to meet more schools in the Coulee region in the future.